Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I want to do something a little bit different. So usually we do friendship readings, and in friendship readings I usually call them that because I think relationship has a connotation of romantic interest in it, and I usually do friendship readings because I have the idea that everyone kind of just gets along, right? But in this case, I'm going to do a different type of relationship reading. It's going to be an actual romantic relationship reading, and this video was requested by someone on Patreon, and this is going to be a reading between Sakura from Sserafim and Heeseung from Enhypen. Now, I don't really know anything about him since I'm not an Enhypen fan. I do know of the group, but I don't really know of anyone individually. So on this one, we're gonna go based solely on the cards and whatever the cards have to say. So the person that requested this video, they give me 3 different questions that they wanted answered, so we're just gonna go in the order of those 3 questions that I got. And as always, in the description below I will have the timestamp so you guys can jump in between questions, and I will start with the first one, which is, if now I'm putting the scenario here, if I had both of their energies right in front of me, what will they say they find attractive of the other person? So I will start with Sakura. So what does Sakura find attractive about Heeseung? So I'll take the top card, which is the 5 of Wands. And for Heeseung, what does he find attractive of her? We have the 10 of Wands reversed. If I had their energies right in front of me, what Sakura finds attractive about Heeseung will be the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands talks about someone that is a fighter, someone that is competitive, someone that may get into fights often. So she likes his fighting spirit, she likes how competitive he is, how he doesn't give up, how he's very determined, how he is able to handle pretty well the competition, or that his mind doesn't deteriorate from being a competitive mentality or in a competitive environment. And what I mean by this is that he doesn't fall under pressure if there's a competition. So this competition could be the pressure of being constantly compared with his peers, or maybe the survival attitude necessary to be able to survive in the music industry that they're in, which is K-pop. So the 5 of Wands could also mean that she really likes this fiery spirit that he has, one that is not afraid to argue, is not afraid to fight, is like he's very feisty, maybe he's very confrontational, and she really likes that very on your face energy of, I'm a fighter, I do what I want, and I will win. There's this sense of like he carries this very victorious energy that she really likes, this confidence that whatever actions he takes is for his survival, or whatever action he takes is for his victory. So there's something along those lines here that she really admires that of him, or that's the energy that she really likes, that even if he's surrounded by a bunch of people that are trying to be on the top of the field, he's still piercing through and standing out somehow, or not being discouraged by all of the competition around him. Now, on the other hand, the thing that Heeseung finds attractive about Sakura is the 10 of Wands reversed. So upright, the 10 of Wands talks about someone that is burdened, overworked, and has a lot of things going on, a lot of responsibilities they have to take care of. And the reassurance of the 10 of Wands is that you are reaching the end of a cycle and completing something, the end of a journey. Now, this energy being reversed actually makes me think that the thing that he likes about her is this whole idea of like, she doesn't break under pressure, she is a fighter, she works forward. Even if she has a lot of things to do, she doesn't see it as a burden. She just takes care of what she has to do, and she doesn't see it as something that's holding her back, something that is overwhelming. It is very challenging or very difficult for Sakura to reach a point where she feels exhausted, or for her to reach a point where she feels like what she's doing is pointless. So what I mean by this is that even if she has a very busy schedule, even if she has a lot of things to do, or even if all the work that she has to do is very tedious, so it can get a bit boring or a bit tiresome, what he likes about her is that she still doesn't let that bring her down. She doesn't let that schedule, that routine, to become boring or overwhelming for her. She doesn't see it as a burden. She doesn't see it as trouble. She doesn't see it as something bad. She has this mentality that work is just work, and things that have to get done have to get done. And that mentality allows her to just do what she has to do in a maybe not a positive attitude, but it's not negative either. It's very neutral. It's just like a means to an end. It's like whatever has to be done has to be done. And because of that attitude, that's something that he really likes about her. That despite both of them being in the same industry and being very busy people, if he feels burdened with all the responsibilities and schedules that he has, he really admires how that type of environment doesn't seem to affect Sakura at all. That she's perfectly fine. She handles everything very well, and she doesn't allow all of that busy energy to weight her down. For now. So the next question is going to be a yes or no question, and it is, do they see each other as potential partners? We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Four of Cups reversed. The Five of Swords reversed, and the Nine of Wands upright. So I was going to take 3 cards, but 3 out of the 4 are reversed. So the answer is no. They don't see each other as romantic interest or like the potential of being in a romantic relationship. Now, why is that? Well, the Ace of Pentacles reverse automatically says that if they want something long term, they're not going to find it in each other. The Ace of Pentacles, usually the Ace talks about the beginning of a new journey, the start of something new. And with Pentacles, it talks about a long-lasting relationship when we're talking about romance. If we're not talking about romance, then the Ace of Pentacles talks about an opportunity, good fortune, maybe money coming in, or maybe an upgrade or an opportunity within your career. Or maybe the new start of a healthy routine. And healthy routine in this case, I mean like physical health or mental health or something along those lines. More physical health since it's Pentacles energy. But since we're talking about romance here, the Ace of Pentacles reverse just shows that, because Pentacles is very stable energy, so if you see that reverse, you see it as something that is not stable, something that's not secure, something that is not long lasting, something that you don't see as having the potential of something, right? So with it being reversed, the Ace of Pentacles just shows that from the very beginning, they don't see each other as potential romantic interests. They may see each other as co-workers, which I mean, I guess that's what they are. Because I guess it will, if any of you were shipping them like for real, I think it will hurt more if we had the Ace of Cups reversed. Because then that shows that emotionally there's nothing there. But with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, that shows that they see each other more as co-workers than as any romantic interest, and they don't see the potential of a long-lasting relationship. So if that's what they're looking for, then they don't see it in each other. They don't find that within each other either. Now the Four of Cups reversed shows that if anything, they do see each other as a very good company, as having a good time, because the Four of Cups the Four of Cups upright usually talks about someone that's distracted, someone that's bored, someone that is kind of sleepy or just ignoring the world around them. So with this card being reversed, that shows that they don't see each other as boring people. They actually have a lot of fun together. They enjoy their company. It also shows that they don't see each other as a potential partnership because they don't want to distract themselves from their work. They're both, it's very, very focused with what they're doing, with their work, with their schedules. We kind of already saw that what they admire of each other is like their working persona, or like the energy that they carry in the industry that they're in. So that kind of already shows that they don't really see each other as romantic partners. They just see each other in a very work environment, and they respect each other a lot in that sense. So also the Four of Cups reverse could show that there's not enough of a emotional stable foundation for them to date each other. So maybe they're not on the same page when it comes to their goals and their aspirations, or maybe they're not on the same page when it comes to the emotional aspect of things. So maybe maturity levels are different, or maybe the type of romantic relationship that they're looking for is different. So maybe someone wants something casual, or someone wants something long term, or maybe the type of person that they're looking for in a romantic partner doesn't match in the other. So that's another reason. The other two cards that we have is the Five of Swords reverse and the Nine of Wands upright. So the Four of Swords reverse shows that if they were in a romantic relationship and they wanted it to last a long time, one of the reasons why it wouldn't last a long time is because both of them are not willing to fight for it. Meaning that sometimes when you read tarot, you read the energy, and whatever predictions you make for the future is always based on the current energy that person has, based on the current situation that they're in. And the cards, or at least the way that I read future stuff, is like the cards show me what's going on right now, and then I myself make the interpretation of what's the most likely outcome based on the cards that we have on the table. And with them, one of the energies that we're getting here is that both of them currently are not willing to put the work in a relationship that they see has no potential. So currently the cards show that there's no potential. And sometimes in a reading like this, the advice could be like, even if at the moment there's no potential, that if you work hard for it, you can still make it work. It will just require more energy, more attention, and fighting against the current kind of thing. But with them, they're not willing to fight against the current, and because of that, since they're not willing to put the work for this relationship to work, of course it's not going to work. So first of all, they don't see the potential because it seems like they're in different wavelengths, or they have a very different idea of what a romantic relationship looks like, or what expectations they have of one. And because that is already kind of like on different lanes, or they're on different paths, then they don't even have the desire to kind of converge those paths and come into common ground. So that's one of the things. They don't see each other as a potential because, first of all, they don't see it lasting a long time. They're both focused on their work, and then they know, subconsciously, they know that they won't put the work necessary to make the relationship work. Now, I'm saying that because the Five of Swords upright talks about someone that does everything within their power to win at all costs. It is someone that wins the battle. Maybe not the war, but they win the battle, meaning that maybe they don't get like the whole goal completed or whatever they want to accomplish. They don't complete it fully, but they're like one step closer. So the Five of Swords reverse to me just shows that they're not willing to put the fight necessary to make this relationship work. However, we do have the Nine of Wands upright, meaning that if they had any baggage with past relationships, or they are afraid of the consequences of dating, do know that the Nine of Wands talks about someone that is very cautious, someone that is not reckless, and someone that is not going to give up. So this shows me that one of the reasons why they're not dating, or that they don't see each other as a potential partner, is because they don't want to risk their career for something that they already don't see as a potential anything. Now, the Nine of Wands could also mean that they don't have past baggage romantically that could be getting in the way of this relationship. So do know that it's not because they have been hurt in the past, or because they have fear of dating or relationships. It's just that they genuinely don't see each other as a romantic partner. Therefore, they don't see any potential in it. So the answer is no. They don't see each other as potential romantic interests. Now, despite all the energy that we have seen, so we have seen something positive, that they see each other in a very positive light. They respect each other within the career that they're both in, and the way that they go about doing what they do. Now, the other part that we got here did talk about something a bit more negative, meaning that they don't see each other as potential partners. Now, I say that negative because I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you're kind of hoping that there's something there. But if you're just watching just because you're interested, then maybe you don't care if they're together or not, or if they see each other as a potential partner or not. But just, it seems like right now the energy is kind of half and half. So let's see what happens in the third question, which is, are they actually together? I think the answer will be no, but we'll see. So, are Sakura and Heeseung actually together? So again, yes or no? So we have the Six of Wands upright, we have the Queen of Wands upright, and the Star upright. So that's actually hilarious. So, are they actually together? According to the cards, yes, they are. The Queen of Wands is upright, the Six of Wands is upright, and the Star is upright. The Queen of Wands, we have Leo energy. The Six of Wands, we also have Leo energy. And the Star, we have Aquarius. So, if they are dating, they're both actually very different. They have enough of a similar ground, or they have enough common ground to like get along and want something with each other, but they both have very different approaches to what they do, because Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs. So that shows me that on one side you have someone that is very generous with the people that they care about, and they can be quite romantic and very Leo is a type of energy that they love the attention, and they are extremely loyal with whoever they're dating. They will pamper and love and care and respect whoever they're dating, and they're extremely loyal. Now, that's the energy itself. I'm not saying Leos are all like that, right? Even if you are a sun in Leo, you will have other placements that will determine what aspects of Leo are highlighted within you. Now, with Aquarius energy, we're talking about someone that's very humanitarian, someone that works for the community or likes to do what's not necessary, but they like to do things to benefit the community that they're in. Aquarius energy is one that is very humanitarian, so they like to help other people, usually for the cause rather than the person. Because I mean, Aquarius is not super emotionally attached to people or to things. They are a bit more logical with their approach to things. Again, that doesn't mean that Aquariuses don't have feelings. They definitely do. Is that they like to guide themselves more by their logical mind rather than by their emotional heart. Now, Aquarius energy is also very rebellious, and it's very unique and innovative. So, with the things that I've said, it doesn't really show how Leo and Aquarius are different. But one of the main things is that Leo is very focused on themselves and can seem a bit more very vain to an Aquarius. And the word that I got was altruistic. And Aquarius can seem a little bit too altruistic for Leo. Those were the words that came up, but I'm not too sure if altruistic is the right word, but something along those lines. It's like they could get along because they can learn a lot from each other, but also they are very different people, so their focuses or what they value, it can be a little bit different. And also both of them are fit signs, so that makes both of them extremely stubborn with their approach to things. Now, how does this energy apply to Sakura and Heeseung? Well, if they're actually together, then they may find each other extremely attractive, and there might be a lot of passion, and they may be very magnetic. Like, there's this very magnetic energy putting them together, but they may have to put a lot of work if they want this relationship to last. So they may have a very casual relationship here. That's what I'm getting at. Especially because of the previous question we got, that they don't see each other as a potential partner. And one of the reasons why they don't see each other as a potential partnership is because they don't think it's going to last with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So if anything, if they're actually dating, the Six of Wands shows that right now everything's good. Everything's going well. The Six of Wands talks about victory, it talks about success, it talks about someone that is giving credit for their hard work and is being celebrated in this parade, and everyone is looking at them. And the Six of Wands is a good card to have for celebrities. Now, I don't know how good that is for a romantic relationship, because I don't know if that means their relationship could be put into the spotlight, or maybe it's very obvious to people that they're dating. I do not know, since I don't follow either of them very closely. I don't know what the rumors are, and I also don't know what like proof or evidence people have that could be pointing to this. But the person that requested this did mention that there were a lot of videos going out kind of showing, I guess, that there was something there. Also, tip, I heard that if you have a couple within K-pop, look at the guys, because usually they're the ones that make it obvious that they're dating. So, just letting you know. Anyway, with the Queen of Wands, we have this energy that the type of relationship that they have if they are together is one where there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of romance. The Queen of Wands is extremely attractive, very charming, very friendly and sociable, I guess a social butterfly of sorts. And this Leo energy with the music and everything shows that one of the things that they have in common is music, which I guess it makes sense since they're both in the music industry, they're both K-pop idols. But I guess one of the things that they like to talk about is entertainment. They like to talk about drama because Leo is a drama queen. They like to talk about like the juicy gossip within the industry. Maybe this is how they got along, or maybe this is some of the things that they like to do together. They like to talk about the industry that they're in, how everyone's doing, what's going on, maybe what's the latest gossip. They like to stay informed about their environment, their surrounding, and everything that's going on in the industry and like their peers and their environment. This music just makes me think that maybe they have a lot of music in common that they both like, and that's something that they probably bonded over. And maybe they like each other's music, but I don't think so. I think it's more like what we saw earlier of like liking each other's work ethic, or maybe they like each other's energy when they are working, performing, and going through their schedules in the industry that they're in. Like they probably see each other very often or hear about each other often enough that that's something that they just naturally like about each other. Now the other card that we have here is the Star, which talks about a dream come true, a wish fulfillment. It talks about hope. It talks also about wishing upon a star. I also see the star as like a north star of sorts, meaning like a way of guiding you, or something that gives you direction or guides you down the path that is meant for you. So this energy in a relationship, it just makes me think that if they are together, they find a lot of hope in each other, a lot of reassurance. They feel invincible when they're together. Maybe they're both have a very similar way of acting, or a very similar way of viewing their work, which is fire, since we had the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Oh, you know what I'm getting? So with the Five of Wands, that's a 5, and then the Ten of Wands is like the double of 5. So that makes me think that there's this sense of like Sakura has been in the industry, in like the idol industry, for a very long time, and maybe that's something that he likes about her experience, her knowledge, and the, I guess, the growth that she has had as an idol. And that gap between them is one that could definitely be one of the many differences that they carry with each other. One where they can learn and grow a lot from. One that has very fresh energy, and someone that is a bit more experienced in the industry that they're both in, which can definitely help them learn a lot from each other, and kind of like bridging that gap between them. So anyway, the Star makes me think that in a relationship, they find each other's energy very reassuring and very refreshing. It's a lot of movement, in the sense of, if any of them had energy that felt very stagnant or felt like nothing was going on, when they're together, they feel like everything's moving once again. Things are going around, or things are finally happening, or things are finally moving. Something about like energy is finally moving, or things are getting done, or things are happening once again. So something about like spicing up each other's life, in the sense of there's change, there's dynamics, there is things are finally happening in like an interesting way. So they may enjoy each other's company a lot. Maybe they find a lot of enjoyment. They find each other interesting. They find each other very entertaining, or they find each other as people that bring a lot of joy to each other. And yeah, the Star card could show that they just feel like this very refreshing energy if they are together. So I'm saying if, because even though the cards gave us a very strong yes, they are, I do want to still leave some wiggle room, because just because the cards say yes, it doesn't really mean that we will ever know if they're actually dating, unless it actually comes out to the spotlight, which the Six of Wands could mean that it might. But you know how it is in the K-pop industry, just to keep everyone safe, it may be like an open secret where everyone knows that they were dating, or everyone is like almost 100% everyone is almost like 100% sure like a certain couple were dating, but like since nothing really came out, no one can say for sure. So it's kind of like, I guess, a 99% chance that everyone's like, yeah, they were totally dating. Anyway, to my dear patron, I hope you liked the reading. I was not really expecting them to have anything going on, to be completely honest, but I don't know much about their dynamics, and I don't really know how the Sserafim and Enhypen get along, or like, you know how people go like, oh, the crumbs. Yeah, I haven't even seen crumbs, but that's because I don't follow either group very closely. So, well, Enhypen, I don't follow them at all. If with the Seraphim, I do listen to their title tracks because I do enjoy them. So I go like, okay, let me see what they're doing. Let me see what they're taking out. But outside from that, I don't really check any of them individually. So I had no idea that people even ship them. I guess it makes sense that they might be together. Anything is possible, right? I just didn't really expected that anyone was interested in a ship like this. But honestly, we all have our people of interest, and we all have like our circles. So just because I don't know about this doesn't mean that it's not a thing. Anyway, I hope you all liked this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought this reading was quite interesting because I thought with the second question, I was like, if you don't see each other as a potential partner, of course you're not together, right? And then it turns out that they could, there's a high chance that they really are dating. So if that's the case, I see that as maybe they don't see each other as a long-term relationship, but at the moment they feel like, okay, kind of like, is it puppy love? Not necessarily, but it's like, you know, the energy is very refreshing, very reassuring, very new, very reunivating, very in, I guess it's just like, I think there's casual dating here. That's all I'm saying. Like, so that's the only way I can explain why they admire each other a lot, or they can see something positive within each other, then not see a potential in a romantic sense, but then apparently they are together. That is, so a casual relationship is the best way I can describe as to what they have. Now, can it get serious later? Maybe. Could they break up? Maybe. We don't know what's going to happen. That's kind of like up to them and the circumstances that they're in. So yeah, I'll leave this reading here. Once again, I hope you guys liked it. I hope you found it entertaining, learned from it, or yeah. Anyway, I will leave it here. I hope that you learned from this, or at least found it entertaining. I'll see you guys on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Thank you so much for all the love and support you have shown me and the channel, and thank you so much to my patron who requested this reading. I hope you really liked it, and I hope that I was able to answer all the questions that you had. I wrote them down, but just in case, I hope that I was able to interpret those questions correctly. Anyway, I'll leave this here. Love and healing for my part to you, and bye.